Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Long time no speak. How you guys are all well? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin for our chart. So yes, what has happened? What has happened since our last video? Yeah, Bitcoin has pulled back, has retraced. Currently finding support in basically our zone of support, which is good to see. Literally just on a wick basis managed to trade just below it, but that was the final push down, it seems, before trying to basically break back actually above the range. So if we can get back above here and hold above here, then yeah, this could very likely be the higher low that we're looking for to then continue onwards to a higher high in obviously this latest iteration of price action. Clearly it's not a higher high in the macro. We've certainly been higher, but yeah, at present. So there are a number of things that are suggesting that we could turn around a bit here. Obviously one is this support, moving away from support, but if we go look over at macro, we kind of want this pullback not to go any lower. In the S&P, we obviously did get a bit of selling into the close last week. If we can regain this support area and then start to move away from it, that could be a similar higher low in the stock market relative to, I guess, this low or this low. And then we can continue onwards to a higher high. The reason we've been feeling pain in markets is just the higher inflation numbers that have been coming in, which then lend themselves towards the Fed having to raise more than the market was previously expecting, which is what is getting priced in, and is getting priced in nowhere more clearly than in the 10-year. But the 10-year, it has reached what is an important level of resistance here. So it kind of it has to reject here. It doesn't have to, obviously, but it would be nice if it rejected here, came back down, and then that would obviously be good for risk assets. If we break above here, then I mean we could see a runaway up to 5%, at which point we are going to see significantly lower prices for risk assets. This is about the line in the sand. And similarly, if we go over to that other measure of dollar strength, the DXY, what happened was this was a target we had for so long that basically I just thought was a logical place for us to at least tag. We did it, we squeezed down there, and then that was it. Tagged that, and then well, I wouldn't call it pain. I guess in more traditional markets there's been more pain than there's been in crypto, because we actually, I mean, we still got a 23,000 handle for Bitcoin, mid 23,000 handle, even with the DXY retracing this much. So that is clearly good. I mean, it shows that the relationship isn't one-to-one with the DXY. Obviously, the DXY is a dollar against other currencies. It's not the dollar against like real world assets or anything like that. It's just relative to other currencies. However, generally it is a barometer of risk on and risk off. But what I want to say is we broke above this. That was fine. This would have been the ideal place for us to get rejected. However, it didn't look like that was what was happening. We're getting an ascending broadening wedge off the back of a move up, so that did break up, and this is the level though. This level we're at, not exactly here, but in this resistance area, is where we do need to get rejected. If we don't, then we are most likely going to be onwards and upwards. Well, onwards and upwards. It's hard for me to say to new highs higher than this high. Because this was causing extraordinary pain around the world, and the Fed clearly did step in relative secret to increase dollar liquidity. So there is no real point in letting them get to that level again. So something would probably happen liquidity wise if we were to get even realistically towards the I guess the 108, 109, 110 handle. I don't think they would let it rip higher than this. Something pretty bad would have to happen. The market would have to do that move pretty quick and not give the Fed time to respond. But I don't necessarily think that is going to happen. However, obviously anything and everything could happen. And if you watch markets long enough, everything and everything does happen. But Rejecting here is a logical place to reject, come back down, and then we sort of have the effect. It's hard. I can never forget what the word is for it. The pergola effect, maybe, where we have like the lots of head and shoulders on top of each other, lots of shoulders basically. Maybe this could be the latest shoulder where we then come back down from here, and then break this neckline down here, and then if we were to look at that as I mean, it's not obviously a textbook head and shoulders. However, this is a very important level. We obviously rejected, supported by it, and then obviously difficult to break through. Rejected. If we reject again and then come down and then break this line, which I would view probably as the neckline, then yeah, we'll see a significant move to the downside. Yeah, I mean, potentially taking us to an actual 8 handle for this, which case we would most likely see, whilst obviously the relationship isn't 1-to-1, we most likely would see a decent move in crypto. Seeing as what that basically would imply is that there's a lot of liquidity in the market, and we know that is the thing that crypto is most positively correlated to, is literally just global liquidity. So yeah, that's all that. Ethereum Satoshi, hey look, we just got that 7 handle back again. So yeah, this is trying to get support at this important level of support. If we lose this, yeah, we should accelerate pretty significantly lower. However, it's looking like it wants to make a stand here. The Ethereum USD pair not done too much, as you can see, below this resistance, above this support for the most part. So that is not the most bearish read. This certainly doesn't look as bearish as this, put it that way. This looks okay. That looks bearish. Bitcoin dominance similarly is well, if you're an altcoin, lots of them are altcoins, I guess. But if you're an altcoin aficionado, probably want to see this come down. Well, you would want to see that come down. Oh, Shiftcoin it did lose the bull bear. It pretty much traded through it like it wasn't there, I guess. I mean, a bit of support there, but then just traded through. So this is not good for Shiftcoin. I suspect, obviously, you can picture what the gold Bitcoin ratio is looking like, and Bitcoin is having a nice move up relative to gold at the current time. But yeah, this is not good for the good old pet rock. Yeah, it's just not good. It's just not good at all. Honestly, gold cannot catch a bid at some point. I guess the gold bugs don't have to capitulate, because I think a lot of gold bugs are more hold gold as like an insurance against as an actual insurance policy against just complete Armageddon style scenarios, not as just generally going to appreciate in whatever sort of environment. They keep it as an insurance policy, just a hard asset to actually go and buy. I don't know what they need to go and buy with when we hit the scenario where we have to go and buy things with gold. Basically, I don't know what would you go and buy. Anyway, also let's look here at, actually not too much I wanted to look at, to be fair. That is about that. Let's look at those good old stochastics. We have not looked at them in a while. I'm interested to see how these higher time frames are going to be looking. I suspect monthly and bi-weekly is going to be looking good, but hey, let's not suspect. Let's verify. Very good read here. 12-hour, fully bullishly reset. I would certainly call this a bullish reset. This, like I said, we've still got a mid 23 handle for Bitcoin. Even after off the back of this move down, I would call that a bullish reset. All the field to run into here, certainly good read from the 12-hour. Daily though, got some more in inverted commas bullish resetting to do. However, if we do continue to the upside, 12-hour continues up, we probably will turn up, I don't know, and hold the bullish area. Possibly buy daily though, turning down from a relatively high level, but you can see general indecision here. It isn't a straight shot down here. 3-day grinding its way down from a high level, 5-day turning down from a high level, weekly turning down from a high level, and then bi-weekly is where we look brilliant. Bi-weekly is where the heavy lifting is going to have to be done to make sure we don't see too much of a pullback from these weekly 5-day and 3-day and 2-day. However, obviously, if that just indicates just grinding sideways, maybe even drifting up if we're lucky, or even if it is just drifting down, this hold us up. Ultimately, we are looking at basically not new lows, is what I guess I would say on that. And then monthly obviously turning up from this low level as well, which is it's nice to see. What does this mean for day-to-day trading? Probably nothing, but nice to see for, like, say, what is going to happen with price action over the course of this year. Yeah, so that is pretty much about it. Probably start the videos more regular. I have a new setup that I need to get up and running. I have a new Mac for live streams and things. These computers are very basic computers just for trading. They're not really for much else, and I seem to have now clogged it up with videos and things, and literally 800 tabs open just for various crypto related things. But yeah, that is it, guys. A new setup soon. I have a new 4K camera as well, so probably can get some better videos. Maybe we'll get doing some vlogs and stuff as well. Lots of stuff planned. Just been a bit busy recently, so yeah, the content game should be getting upped relatively soon. So yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always a DYOR, and I shall speak to all of you fine people soon.